Mike Bloomberg, a Republican, and Republican in everything he stands for, is running for the Democratic nomination. And in 2009, he made some comments that make him sound like the Republican he is. Let's take a listen.
I said yesterday, Social Security, it's a Ponzi scheme. I don't know if Bernie Madoff got his idea from there, but if there's ever a Ponzi scheme, people say Madoff was the biggest. Wrong. Social Security is far and away. We are giving monies out with the next guy's money coming in. And at the end of when the music stops, there's just not going to be enough chairs for everybody.
Well, everyone pays into Social Security, all of the citizens, so it would make sense that there would be the equal amount of chairs for every single person. Yeah, that was not the only comment he made about entitlements and the social programs that are so wildly popular that no one wants you to cut them. He said it again in 2013. During a 2013 appearance on the radio program Live from City Hall, Bloomberg said he long advocated to let the Bush-era tax cuts expire, but added the other side you would have to do with entitlements and that sort of thing. And if you don't cut entitlements, the rest is a joke, he said. Bloomberg's own campaign has attacked President Donald Trump for suggesting he is open to entitlement cuts. President Trump has suggested that he is open to cutting Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid. Bloomberg's website says, as president, Mike will strengthen entitlement programs and supplement the private retirement savings system to ensure that no American senior has to live in the shadow of financial peril, except that he actually wants to do away with them. He's just saying what he knows the Democratic electorate wants to hear.
Really similar to this one campaign in 2016 where this one guy acted like he was, he said, not gonna cut your Social Security, we're gonna cut the fraud and this waste, and then we're gonna
healthcare for everybody. We're gonna give healthcare for everybody.
And what many people have learned, the people who believed him and looked past the racism that he started with, I assume many of them learned all that was a lie. So as you figure that part out and you see someone else saying the same thing currently, but then they in the past have said the exact opposite, it makes you wonder again, are they gonna fool me again with just a different face, with the same facade and the exact same agenda that goes about it? Why would he change his mind? If you wanna take someone seriously for changing their mind, which I'm not a big believer in flip-flopping unless the person is denying that they ever said the previous thing. If you had a point of view and you change it, that's fine if you give us a reason why you've changed your mind. So you can ask Mike Bloomberg, hey, so in 2009 you said this, but now you're claiming that you approached the problem this way. What's your explanation? I never said that. I don't know, not sure if he's been asked yet or if he's had a chance to respond, but that's your opportunity to say you've changed your mind versus I'm just lying to you now.
I assume he would say that I changed my mind, and we should bear in mind that he did say that a few years ago. At that time, he was a naive, fresh-faced 58-year-old. And that's really the formative years. He changed his mind after that.
He was way older than 58. He is the same age as Bernie, and
exactly.
And like we're talking about old candidates.
He's 63, I don't know.
Right, sure.
Yes,
even older.
And that's the thing, and that's why we need to make sure that people hear this, because he was already in politics at that time. It wasn't that long ago. It is likely that fundamentally his view has not changed. And why should it? It is a very convenient position to hold that the program that predominantly and disproportionately helps people who are poor should go away. Who's gonna be okay if you get rid of Social Security? Not working Americans, but people like Mike Bloomberg, it would have literally no impact on their life. So why should they pay into it? Why should their businesses pay into it? Why should they have that burden, Mr. Burden, if they're not gonna benefit from it? Now they do, they get the same money, but they don't need it as much. And so it's very easy, it's very convenient for them to advocate for killing it.
And using that money in other places that they would actually benefit more from. Continue, it's another route of rerouting money. Every time they tell you that they're trying to redistribute the wealth to someone else and take money from people who deserve it. Just think about what's actually happening. Instead of listening to slogans and taglines and phrases that ring in your mind and keep hearing it over and over again, look at the reality and just wonder if it matches up. I get it that we analyze this stuff and read about it and get depressed every day over it, and other folks have other jobs. So I get that you can't read in depth, but as things come forward, it's just the surface of this one. He's way too easily transparent to see through this. Read one article, and then listen to one piece of audio from the past and see if it makes any sense. And then ask yourself, can I trust this guy? What will he do?
Yeah, one last point. He made the case that it's a Ponzi scheme, that it's set up to fall apart, it's never gonna last. what if I told you you could get involved in a Ponzi scheme and it would last 80 years plus? It's not like Social Security came out during the first season of Stranger Things. It's been around for a while, decades and decades and decades and decades. It's possible that it's not actually a Ponzi scheme, that it is a reasonable and rational way to fund a social program like that. But that politicians in the 80s and 90s started to act in incredibly irresponsible fashion. And they felt free to do that, imperiling the future of Social Security because, again, they and their donors don't care if it lives or dies. But it would be great to have a politician who does, who actually thinks that it matters, because it does matter.